Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 17 preview and discussion. We got a bit to talk about. We got a bit to do. Obviously, we sacrificed a few points last week. I could have gone harder in the bye, but I thought better of it. I thought long term. I think. Don't get me wrong, it would have been nice to get like 1100, 1200 points and jump up a lot more spots. And you never know, maybe doing that would have been the better decision overall, but I still believe that our only real chance at getting a decent finish by the end of the season is to save trades and try to go hard at the back end, like really just those last few rounds. Like, again, the main goal is obviously, after Origin, get the big guys in. I mean, Crichton is a big one, a couple other guys, this and that, but trying to get those main guys in as quick as possible, that's the main goal. But then if we can just save one boost and 3 trades for the second last or last round of the season, when there's going to be mass restings, hopefully we can potentially have a big jump. Obviously we want to, move up the rankings, in other weeks as well. But if we can have a big jump at the back end, it would be nice. But we'll see how we go. There is, we got 16 trades. We are looking good for round 19, and a couple of the guys I'm keen on are also going to be playing round 19. So I honestly think round 19 we're pretty sweet. We're not really going to be looking at too many round 19 players. Well, I mean, there's a couple of trades we're going to be getting this week for round 19, but for the long term, round 19, don't really have to think about it, honestly, and then we can start sort of future planning for the big ones coming up. So, dummy half is a big one all of a sudden because fucking Robson, I think, is like 0% chance of backing up because somehow Granville has come back from the dead. Apparently, I thought he ruptured his damn bicep, but he's back. So, Robson didn't back up last game when they only had McIntyre and Edwards. Now they have Granville on the bench who can play dummy half. So I think Robson's no chance, and Brayley has been named on the bench. So I think I have to trade one of these guys. And I honestly think I'm going to just trade them to Grant. I think that's the play. I don't want to use more than one trade in the dummy half spot. Like, I know there's been some big scores, primarily fucking Apikoros last week, but it's a fucking rare thing for a dummy half to go like 150, bro. I mean, he went 130, he didn't go 150, but it's pretty rare for a dummy half to go like over 100. So I just want to use one trade in the dummy half spot. The question is, do you trade do you trade Robson or Brayley? Obviously, if we trade Brayley, we won't have anyone for round 19, but Brayley's shithouse now, and he's on the bench anyway. There's obviously a chance that he does start in round 19, but even then, like, what's the bet? Like, obviously, he could score a try, get a try assist, and get like 80 points, but he scored like 40 to 50 points, like, pretty much his whole career. So I'm like, at best, he's going to score like 50 points. It's not real, like, who cares? It's also, but then if we trade Brayley, it's also going to cost 200, 220, 230k to get straight to Grant. If we trade Robson, then it's basically like a sideways trade. They're pretty much on level playing field in price. Brayley, then, we can at least Brayley can be there in the case that he gets a start in the coming weeks. And then if he doesn't, it's fine. Like, if he just bangs out 30, 40 points, whatever. It's not the end of the world. But in that case as well, like if something happens to Grant, I guess if something happens to Grant, we'd probably just trade him out. It feels like a long term. But if it was a short term thing, then we'd have to fucking play Brayley. It wouldn't be great. Because what is Robson's draw like? I mean, it's pretty tough. So yeah, 18 against Manly. He won't play 19. He's every chance now to not play 20 as well. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess he could come in against Penrith, but I do doubt it. So he probably is less likely to play in 20. 21 against the Sharks. 22 Tigers, Broncos, Canberra. Buying round 25, Melbourne Bulldogs. It's a pretty tough run home. Obviously dummy half is not really, like, it is relevant to the draw, but it's not necessarily that huge because it's mainly base stats and if you just jag an attacking stat. If we look at, let's just look at Robson to Grant straight off the rip. Because that's the thing, I don't need Robson and Grant for the run home. Let's have a look at Grant. So he has got... Granted, he does have a 96 break even, so he's likely to lose like a bunch of cash this week. So it's like... I would have fucking loved... Man, if Brayley was just fucking starting... If Brayley was just starting the damn... game, I would have just held Brayley, held off on the Grant trade and let him lose more cash because he's going to. He's not going to play the full 80 because then they play, obviously this game, they play 18, miss 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So he plays the rest of the season, Grant. Now, Grant is definitely a candidate who could get rested in round 27. That is also one thing to consider. As well. But the draw is pretty good. Roosters, Parramatta, Dragons, South, Penrith, obviously tough. Dolphins, Cowboys, Bronx. Pretty good. Pretty okay draw. I definitely prefer the Grant draw to the Cowboys. Fuck, I don't know. Do I just hold this week? Do I just cop the shit score and just wait? Maybe I do. It also might depend if we want to, like, if we loop our captain, then I was just thinking, maybe do you nuff out? No, I don't think enough in dummy half, right? Again, it's going to be using one extra trade. Don't think so. But that's one priority. Dummy half. We need to get in. I mean, I think I'm just going to go Grant. Like, I sort of forgot, but let's have a look at Coruscant's draw, right? He's 640k, he went up 66k, so he's at a little bit of a steep price as well. Fucking Damien Cook, 710, brother's killing it. Let's have a look at the draw. I'm definitely not getting in Coruscant. I'll tell you that now. Yeah, telling you now. Because, I mean, look at the start of the year as well. He went 82, 105, killing it. 45, 60, 63, okay. 36, 36, 36, 78, 66, 75. He's on a bit of a roll, but look at the fucking draw. Dolphins, Cowboys, Dragons, Gold Coast, Canberra. It's been a fucking golden draw for the Tigers. Now they've got Roosters, Melbourne, Sharkies in round 19, which is it's not a great matchup in the bye because Sharks are going to be full strength. Rabbitohs have hit a bit of form. Warriors, you don't really know what they're going to dish up. Cowboys as well. Newcastle, South, Manly, Parramatta. It's not the worst. It's not the worst run home. It's a pretty tough sort of month, but it's not the worst run home. But I would rather Grant. That's simple as that. I'd rather Grant than Coruscant. He also has a bye in round 26, and you never know, he could get rested in round 27. Probably not, because it's not like they need to rest him. It's not like they're going to be playing finals, but you never know. You never know. They could give a young kid a go. So I'm not going to go Coruscant. Obviously, I'm salty, but it is what it is. The front row, honestly, the only thing I'm going to want to do with the front row is nuff out Terrell May. And I think I'm going to do that next week. Like, he does have a high break even. It is 70. Even with that 110, because he scored so low last week. But if he starts again, like Lindsay Collins surely gets less minutes if Crichton is rested. Like, there's definitely minutes on offer for Terrell May. So I still think Terrell May's a hold this week. He might lose a little bit of cash, but yeah, you could hold him. And even, like, I guess the thing is with Terrell May, he's got a 70 break even this week because of, he's got, fucking look at that, 116, 27, 110. Fucking crazy, dude. I don't think I played him in, did I play him 15? Yeah, I think I did actually, which is annoying, but look at the scores, bro. Oh my God, 120, brother, it's insane. But he's got a high break even this game, but then in 18, like if he hits about 70, he'll have a low break even. Yeah, I mean, you can see it there. It shows right there. So 70 this week, and then next week it'll be at 18. So you can hold him for, yeah, you know what? Unless we need the money urgently, probably nothing Terrell May in round 19 seems like a pretty okay thing to do. Because he'll be like, he could be 700k. He could be close to 700. So not bad. I think holding Fainu, Curran, and Liam Henry as our 3 front row is honestly fine. I'm happy to run with that for the rest of the season. Obviously, you know, Payne Haas, Fanua Blake, Tarpany even. Like, yes, there's definitely some good options, but I just think there's better ways to spend the money. I just do. I could go as, like, if I had a luxury trade, I do think someone like a Payne Haas for the run home when the Broncos need to get some wins. I think Payne Haas could be the guy to go to. But again, if we have the luxury trade, yeah, I'd go someone like a Henry up to a Payne Haas if we could. But I think nothing at Terrell May, having those 3 guys, and then if we do get in like a Payne Haas, I think he is the guy that I'd be targeting. Because if we look, Payne Haas, he's probably pretty cheap, right? Like, I feel like he's had some pretty low scores just with like a few niggles. Like, he's still 700k. He's still 700, bro. 76 break even. What is he even scoring? He's still, he's still 100, fucking 99. Brother's still coming out killing it. Oh, fuck, he played 80 minutes against the Titans. Jesus Christ, I don't remember that one. And then 60 minutes against the Bunnies for 99. Yeah, he's going to be all expensive. I would love to, like, he is the one guy I would want to get in if I could get him. But we'll see. We'll see if I could afford it. But other than that, I think the front row is pretty good. Back row, pretty good as well. Main one here, like, I mean, Britton Nikora. I do think Britton Nikora is the play this week. I just think he is. Like, he's at a great price. He's coming off a big score. If you don't get him this week, it's not like you've missed the boat completely, but he's going to be pretty expensive next week after that 120. The Sharks have a great draw. They play 19. I mean, it's all lining up to be pretty Britton Nikora season. Morgan Smithies, it's going to obviously cost a bit, but this is what I was talking about. Like, getting Smithies up to Plath is going to cost a fair bit. Getting Smithies up to Nikora is like slightly more expensive, but at the end of the day, I think Nikora is definitely like, you know, he's a better Supercoach option than Plath. I mean, I don't know, maybe Plath averages more for the season, but Nikora has those big ones in him. So I think Smithies up to Nikora is the play. And then the rest of the back row, I mean, Pierce Paul is sort of a wait and see with that benching is a bit annoying. The only main guy is Angus Crichton. Angus Crichton is obviously a must get in at some point, probably for Fermor. Hopefully Fermor can make a little bit of cash. He's obviously dropped a little bit with a couple of low scores, but if he can make a bit of cash, I'd love to get in Fermor to Crichton. And then someone like an Olakau'atu was a bit of a luxury trade in as well. Like he'd be great after Origin as well. But yeah, Smithies to Nickera I think is the play. Our halfbacks are fine. I mean, Wishart can go in a few weeks when Munster is back, and then we'll decide if we're going to go straight to like a Cleary or somebody else as a pod, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. 5'8", as again, they are fine. Absolutely. Our centre wing is, I mean, it's pretty good. Dallin, I mean, Dallin's got to go. Like, I guess this is the question now. Because, yeah, the Knights play Saturday. The Cowboys play Sunday afternoon. Will we know by then? I feel like just go... You probably just go Dallin down to Sharp. I mean, going Holmes down to Sharp makes like 400k, and it's like, that's very nice. The Cowboys have a tough run. Even if he backs up this week, it is against Penrith. Like, I don't know, part of me is like, fucking, do you go Holmes? Do you go Holmes down to Sharp? You make 400,000. Like, all the trades I want to make, they are going to cost cash, so I don't hate it. But then we have to keep Dallin, which is fucking disgusting. But I don't know. We brought him in, so it does feel a bit nicer to have him in the team, I guess. Oh, I don't know. Johnson out. Everyone's saying they're going to go better. He's got a 72 break even. They're coming up against the Bronx, who I'm not confident at all. So they could do pretty well against the Broncos. They don't play 19. They got Canberra, Tigers, Para, Dolphins. It's a pretty okay run home. They don't play 27 though, but that's fine. It means they're not going to get rested in round 26, which is good. I don't know. You could do you get rid of Holmes? Or do you get rid of, honestly, do you get rid of Dom Young? You probably don't, because again the Roosters have a really good draw. Yeah, honestly, that draw is like a little bit too good to pass up. And Dom Young plays this week. Nah, I think it's either Holmes or Dallin. The safe play is just get rid of Dallin, but I don't mind the option of getting rid of Val. I don't know. And then obviously Gagai. Gagai's the main guy here that we would love to try and get Gagai up to obviously a gun, but you know, if we can't really make the money work in that situation, then you know, so be it. We can like nuff him out at some point if needed. But yeah, centre wing. The one guy I was going to look at. Let's just have a quick look at Brian To'o, because how expensive is he at the moment? Oh, fuck, he's expensive. He is expensive, dude. He is at 780k. That is mighty expensive. I don't know. Do you get him in? Like, he's a pod. It's too much money to spend, though. It's honestly too much money to spend getting To'o. Like, I'm gonna have to... I would obviously get in Sharp, free up cash, but then I'd also have to trade out another gun to get in To'o, so I just don't think it's worth it. And surely To'o gets a bit of a spell at the back end, so you are missing out on probably a couple of games for To'o. So, no. I think that's a no. And then fullbacks... Yeah, I mean, we got Garrick there at the moment. Again, ideally, we'd love to shift Garrick into centre wing and Gagai up to a fullback. It's probably a little bit tricky to do. So, yeah, I don't know. Probably out of the rest of them, I guess either a Dallin. It could be a Dallin, Ero, or Dom Young up to a second gun fullback at some point. Or actually, no. I guess the player we'd want to trade back up is Fletcher Sharp, because Sharp is going to become... a bit of enough. So yeah, that's probably the play. So let's we have to do this trade first. Fuck, do I get rid of Val? I'm like somewhat tempted to get rid of Val. honestly, I actually am somewhat tempted to get rid of him. I don't know. Is that fucking insane? Like, his scores this year, like, he's gone big. Like, he won 108, 144, 136. The rest of them, it's been okay. It would just make things so much easier. But again, if I go home, it's 400k. And then if I nuff out Terrell May, that's going to be another 400k. Or more like 500k, actually. Actually, that'll be 500k as well, because it's down to a 200k guy. So do I need that much cash? I mean, honestly, I do. If I want to bring in a second gun fullback, Angus Crichton. If I want to go Brayley up to Grant, Nickera up from Smithies. Let's just have a look at how this looks on paper. I'm sort of leaning towards it, if I'm honest. So Garrick swing back up into centre wing and go down to Fletcher Sharp. See a Sharp come in. I think, yeah, I'm going Sharp. I think that's the play. I mean, now we have 588 in the bank, almost 600k. I mean, that's pretty good. It definitely opens it up for some possibilities. And then, yeah, Smithy's straight up to Nickera. I think the Nickera play is just, I think it's a bit too good to pass up. Yeah, I mean, Callum Matungi's been killing it, but yeah, Nickera, he's at 570, I think. Yeah, 570 exact. Bring him in. Did he make any? How much cash did he make last time? He's got a 3 break even. Did he make any cash? Yeah, he made 45k. But yeah, I mean, look at the draw, dude. Like 17, 18, 19. Doggies again, they're tough, so it's not great there. They don't play 20, so you got to be careful of the Sharks in round 20. Then Cowboys, South, Gold Coast again, Newcastle, Dragon. Fuck, it's too good. It's too good to pass up. I'm sorry, it's too good to pass up for Nickera. So yeah, he comes honestly straight in. Nickera straight in. I honestly, I think that's a slam dunk. Whether or not, if things when they're too good to be true, don't often work out to be that case, but I think it's too good to pass up. Then, do we use a boost? There's a few options for a boost, right? Getting in Grant for either Brayley or Robson. I mean, obviously, like a Ronnie, so also a Ronnie Mulatalo, also very, very tempting. I think I'm going to bypass Mulatalo. I've already got Iro, Hines, and Nickera. The Sharks do have a golden draw, but I don't want to load too much up on them just because of that round 20 bye is a bit scary, and also, I don't know. I mean, I know Mulatalo was at like 900k when Trindle and Hines were in the halves together at the start of the season. Like, he was killing it and he looked really good. He's at 500k. He's got he's still got a 73 break even. Like, I feel like, yeah, I don't need to get a Mulatalo this week. I don't think it's definitely not worth a boost to go Mulatalo this week. He could go big, but again, the Dogs have been good defensively. Mulatalo has just sort of fallen off a lot. Yeah, I mean, the start of the year, dude, 87, 116, 56, 78, 110, 94, and then just downhill. I mean, the draw is still fucking golden. Like, bring him in next week for the Titans and then the Tigers in the bye. It is very juicy, very tempting, but definitely not this week. So the rest of the boost options, it's pretty much just if we go Grant. Because the back row I'm pretty happy with. Obviously Kalamatangi is good, but he's on a bye this week anyway, so not going to go Kalamatangi, not going to go Crichton this week, not going to go Olakawatu. Halfbacks 5'8's fine, and then fullback again. We're just going to wait to see what fullback transpires. So let's have a look at sit starts, captain, vice captains, and then we will sort of discuss what we're going to do with our potential boost. Actually, how long have we been going for? Only 25 minutes, so we got plenty of time to dilly-dally. So, obviously, no Garrick. Thank you, Garrick. Kale Lero, definite play this. Well, he's not a definite play, but I'm definitely going to play him. He's just rock solid. I think he's a play. Kiraz, a play. Dom Young, Joey Manu. Who are the Roosters playing? Yeah, Tigers, absolutely. Tedesco, clearly. Fletcher Sharp, they take on the Eels. Honestly, I think Sharp's a play, unless we got better options, which we could do. Our 5'8's Galvin and Brown were definitely playing. Tyron Wishart, and obviously we're playing Hines. Storm, they are playing the Raiders, so we'll play Tyron Wishart. So no Fafita, no Fermor. So bring in Cardi. So we don't. That's fine. We don't need to play Pierce Paul. If he doesn't start, we won't play him. If he does start, we'll probably play him. Front row. Oh shit! Now it gets a little spicy. This is why I'm like, I don't want. I do want to nuff out like a Terrell May, because I don't want this many fucking options. I think. You probably don't play. Do you play Fainu this week? He's looked good, but it's against the Roosters. I don't know. I mean, the Tigers' spine is looking pretty solid. Fainu's looking busy. I think you play Fainu over Curran. I'm just trying to think. I think you do play Terrell May. If he is starting, I think when Terrell May starts, I think you just have to play him and hope he gets big minutes. Hopefully Lindsay Collins has a big game. Hopefully Lenu has a big game. Hopefully Crichton gets rested. That'd be nice. So I think you play Terrell May. I want to play Liam Henry. I mean, Liam Henry will just reserve. Oh, fuck. So we're sitting Curran, Pierce Paul, Dallin. Who are the Warriors playing? Broncos? I sort of want to play Dallin. If I got Dallin in the team, I'm like, fuck, I might as well play him, right? But I probably... do you prefer Sharp or Dallin? That's tough. That is a tough one. I don't know. I mean, Sharp has been good. He has had, he's versus Storm and the Panthers, scored 2 tries one try in each game. He's gone 70 and 60. So it's hard to sort of judge because they're 2 good teams, and he's got a try in each one, and he's scored good enough, but not great. So I'm against a poor defensive side like the Eels. I don't know. It is a game. I feel like the Eels could come out and blitz the Newcastle Knights. I do worry a little bit about the Knights in this one. So I think... Honestly, I think if I'm keeping Dallin, I think I just play him, right? Fuck, just double down. Just double down on fucking Dallin and, yeah. And this is also factoring in the fact that I'm trading out Val. I still could renege on that and go Dallin instead. I don't know. I feel like people are going to say go Dallin and keep Holmes, which I get. I do understand. I just... I don't know. The money's nice because if we're looking... What do we have? 430k in the bank. That's right. We're going to look at captain, vice captains to see what'll happen if we want to, get basically a free loop with fucking Brayley and Robson there. So, what was I doing? So, captain, vice captain. So, Hines. I think you got to vice captain Hines, right? Like, it's the first, and that's the thing. I get a free loop if I'm not trading Brayley or Robson. I get a free loop because, I guess as long as fucking Robson doesn't come in. Oh, fuck me. Hopefully, actually no, it's fine. It's fine because the Roosters play in the last game after the Cowboys, and yeah, simply put, Captain Tedesco. Yeah, I think that's pretty simple. Vice Captain Hines. If Hines goes well, then yeah, hopefully Robson doesn't come in late and I'll fucking do the loop. I'll do the loop. If Robson obviously comes in and plays, then I'll obviously just play Robson and just Captain Tedesco. That's what I will do against the Tigers, Allianz Stadium. I think that is a pretty good shout. Anyone else, like Storm up against Raiders? I don't know. Like Hughes has been killing it. Not a bad shout. Dragons against Dolphins. Fuck, if you have Zach Lomax, you do like a vice captain on Lomax and still captain Tedesco. I definitely like that option. Panthers, Cowboys. I don't know. If you got Toto, vice captain Toto, it's too late in the round to vice captain. Because you couldn't get a loop anyway. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's pretty well fine. So I think, yeah, we're just going to hold off. We'll hold off on the boost. If Hines doesn't do well and we don't want to do the loop, I could definitely see myself using the boost and trading. It's still a tough one. Like, do I trade Robson? I think I trade Robson to Grant. I think. I'm not sold on that, but I don't want to have like two genuine options at dummy half necessarily. Like, that's why Brayley was so good potentially, because he was a guy I didn't want to play, and then in the buys he was like a handy player to get like 50 points hopefully, but that's gone out the window. It's gone out the window, bro. But yeah, I think we trade Robson. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Literally get rid of all my Cowboys players, which I don't know. It's probably, I don't know if that's a good idea, dude. Getting rid of all the Cowboys players. Oh fuck. Well, so we got let's just say 400k with going homes, right? If we go homes, we got 400k in the kitty. So going Robson to Grant doesn't really cost too much. Like, okay, so Robson to Grant is basically like, it's about 40k. So we'll say we got 400k in the bank after doing like Robson to Grant, right? So what are the trades we're looking at in the future that we need the cash? And we do need cash. So Angus Crichton is still going to be, like, he's going to be expensive. He'll be about 800k probably still. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more potentially. So if we go like a Fermor or a Pierce Paul, or yeah, probably either Fermor or Pierce Paul up to Crichton, let's say they're at like 5. I mean, let's just say 500. Actually, probably 550 is more. It's got a 69 break even. Let's just say 500. So 500, we have to have 300k to go one of those guys straight up to Angus Crichton. Okay, we got the cash to do it, but that'll bring us down to 100k left over. We are going to definitely need a second gun fullback for Sharp. Now, Sharp, we're probably going to keep till round 19. And hopefully he gets some good price rises. What are they tipping him to get up to? Round 19. Okay, they're only saying 39. I don't know. I feel like more like 400k. Like, let's just say 400k for Fletcher Sharp. I want to say like 400, maybe a little bit more, but let's just say 400k to Sharp. So going Sharp up to a gun fullback. Again, like the gun fullbacks, they're going to be like 800,000. let's just have a quick squiz. I know Edwards is like 1 million, but I don't think I'm going to Edwards. I think his time in the sun will be up at that point. How high is Tommy? So yeah, Mitchell's at 900. So yeah, it's like Tommy's 800 and then Mitchell Ponga like 900. So they're the big three. Mitchell, Ponga, Trebojevic. I honestly don't know who I want. I don't know. It depends how they come back, obviously. Fuck, look at that. Why is everyone trading out Lehigh Hopewade? What the hell are you doing? That's insane. That's the most traded out. What are you doing? You know what? We're going to have a look at that in the pre-lockout. I want to have a closer look at the trade outs. That's insane. What is going on? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. So, if we go sharp up to Tommy, we have to have 400k. If we go up to Mitchell or Ponga, let's just say we have to have about 500k. So, we only got 100k left over. But we're going to be nuffing out probably Terrell May. So, nuffing out Terrell May, that banks us 450 to 500k, give or take. Because he'll be around 700, maybe a little bit less. So, yeah, 450 to 500. That'll be enough to go sharp up to one of those guys. So, I honestly, the more I look at it, I do think Holmes down to sharp is probably the right decision. Just because it just gives us the leeway to really make the moves we want nice and easily without having to do like multiple trades to do it. It'll leave us like, and again, that's probably like worst case. Like, you know, Sharp could be about 450, 500 if he goes big. You know, Fermor appears poor, like we've traded those guys. You never know. They could go on a bit of a run. They could be up around 600. You never know. Angus Crichton might not be as expensive as 800, but again, we don't know. But that's what I'm like, sort of worst case scenario with the figures. I think doing it like this it just leaves us in a pretty good spot. And then we can obviously, after we do those main trades, and if we do any other trades in the meantime, like fair enough, but the main ones there are done. And then it's just luxury trades. If we want to bring in like an Ola Kawatu, we might have to have a bit of cash, and then probably just centre wing. I guess I didn't even say halfbacks as well. We need to go Wishart up to like a Cleary, which is going to be about 150, 200k as well. So I do think we need to do the Val Holmes down to sharp. I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna backtrack on that because our centre wing will still be pretty stacked. It does mean we keep Dallin, which I'm not thrilled about. But fuck, we brought him in. Like, it would also feel worse to trade out Dallin literally the week after we brought him in, basically after he got suspended and sin bin. So, fuck it. Yeah. We'll keep Dallin. We'll keep him at least for the time being. I don't know. You could trade. Oh, excuse me. You could obviously trade Dallin to a Mulatalo in next week potentially. But yeah, I honestly think the Val Holmes is the play. I could be wrong. Val Holmes could come back after this game if he backs up against Penrith. He is a guy that could go big against Penrith. He definitely could. But that's what I'm going to do. I think that is what I'm going to. He'll also be running up against, I think, Isaac Tungo, who is dreadful. I think Val Holmes is the play. I think he is. So that's what I'm doing. The team is still looking pretty stacked. And these type of moves is just going to make it easier to get more stacked more quickly. Which we have to do. Like, we have to sort of be really ahead of the game when it comes to getting these big guys back in. If a lot of people can't quite afford it, or they've got to use more trades than they can. So I think that's what we're leaning towards at the moment. I'll obviously have more of a think about it. We'll be back after Origin and all the fallout there to see how we're shaping up, and then we'll do like a pre-lockout before Friday's games and whatnot. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.